Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this one, we're going to be going through my new 2-star project that I've been working on, the Storm Fury, or the Wind Harpy if you like. She's a fantastic unit that I hadn't actually thought about building until MMEG farm came out, that fantastic web resource, and it had all the skill multipliers. And when I saw the multiplier on her third skill, which is an AoE attack, I had to build her just to test her to see how much damage a 2-star unit could do. So in this one, we're going to go through her skills, her stats, her glyphs, and then I'll take you through farming, dungeons, and arena. So when we look at her skills, so the third skill is the main reason I built her. Attacks all enemies with damage increased based on speed, inflicting great damage, and decreases the attack for 2 turns. So it's got great damage based on speed. So if we compare it to the multiplier of something like the Wind Samurai, who has a multiplier of 1.6 times his attack, her multiplier for this skill is 1.5 times her attack added to 10 times her speed. So it's a very good multiplier because you get that speed thrown into it. The one bad thing about her is that she's got a low base attack, which hurts a little bit. But that speed scaling is fantastic, not only for the extra damage it gives, but for the fact that you can build her fast and she doesn't lose as much damage. Now, the other great thing about this third skill is that attack break. Not so much in arena, but in dungeons, especially the Wrath dungeon where I've been using her, that attack break is so beneficial for attacker teams where your monsters are that bit more frail. It just means if she lands it on the boss, you almost guarantee that all your monsters will survive that first hit and second hit from the boss. Her second skill is another fantastic skill. Refills the turn bar of an ally by 90%. So it's basically giving them almost all the time the next turn. And increases the defense and received healing for 2 turns. Defense buff handy, helps things survive. Also very good for her while she's farming. The defense buff obviously giving her more tankiness, taking less damage, but also the heal buff, meaning that her lifesteal will heal her for more. And on top of that, when she's farming, the 90% turn bar, it's basically granting her that extra turn. So it's reducing the cooldown of her third skill, meaning she can get around to using that AoE more often. Then we look at the first skill. Mine has attacks an enemy, 35% chance of decreasing the attack for 1 turn. Also fantastic in the Wrath dungeon for that boss. If she doesn't have her third skill up and she uses this, you have a chance of getting that attack break. The other option is inflicts great damage, which is 1.5 multiplier. Probably a little bit better, but I couldn't be bothered evolving any more of these guys just to get that to test it. I mean, the attack break's still very handy. She could even, I think, be used early game as an attack breaker in the Wrath dungeon because she is so tanky. So we'll jump into her stats right now. Her stats are very decent. So at 5 stars, she's got a base HP of 6,360, well into the range of needing percentage glyphs. And then her defense is a base 623, also well into the range of percent. So she's very tanky as a base. Her speed at 82 is fantastic, very high speed, but the attack is what I said was a little bit low at 1,091. So she likes flat attack. If her attack was up around that 1,300 range, she'd be an incredibly strong attacker. But I think it's been balanced out well, seeing as she is a 2-star. She still does great damage. But yeah, like I said, that low attack, so she does prefer flat stat attack. So the glyphs, I've got her on haste lifesteal. You can put her on frenzy. You can put her on destruction, maybe strength, but like I said, she doesn't like percentage for that. Precision if you really want that attack break, but I just feel like she's got enough base accuracy as it is. So I've got mine on speed, crit damage. That is a really nice glyph. Crit rate. And then attack percent, even though flat is better, it's just what I had. It had the speed, it had the crit, and then flat attack. My one's crit rate is very average, but I wanted to put that crit damage glyph on her just to really test the damage, like the maximum output damage. These aren't the best glyphs. They are very, very solid, but I could get better if I might even do a big test with my dragon's glyphs on everyone in a glyph removal and test it out. But yeah, just basically the things you want to aim for are that attack, the speed, the crit rate, and crit damage, defense and HP. She's got that really high base, so any little bits she gets through substats will be handy. So we'll jump into the farming, and she actually farms really well. So we'll go straight into level 7 of Nightmare of the Sunken City and just see how she goes there. Like I said, that AoE attack break, not only good for dungeons, great for farming. It reduces the damage she takes from everyone, and as you can see, it does really good damage. And there we go, that second skill coming into it again, giving her that pretty much extra turn to be able to kill something really quickly. And that added benefit of damage based on speed allows her to move quickly in these sorts of situations. There you go. She got stunned a couple times, but they had the attack break on them, so it stays fairly safe for her. So now we get to the boss stage, and she should have no issues here either. So there we go, gets the attack break, turn bar refill on herself. So she's got that defense buff as well, so she's not taking as much damage. Their armor broken as well, so it just makes it all a lot safer. The turns come around quick, and then she deletes everything. So that's her as a farmer. She's a very solid farming unit. Now we'll jump into the dungeons to show you her dungeon run. I'm actually using her in my current team that I do use in Wrath. It's not my fastest team, but it is my safest fast team, if that makes sense. So this is the team. It allows me to use 3 attackers. I've basically dropped the water holy sister for her, which may sound like the water holy sister is a good support unit, should be safer, but it's that attack break on the boss basically saves my dragon every time. So we'll see here, she does some fairly decent damage if she crits. Like I said, mine doesn't have great crit rate. She didn't even use her AoE there, but the other great thing is that second skill. So a lot of the time she will use it on my Wind Ninja after he moves. So it just means that he gets another chance to kill something, and I always want my Wind Ninja killing something because he increases the cooldown of the others. So she just synergizes very well into this team. Like I said, that second skill giving speed. I've got some very frail units, especially my dragon, and she just helps keep them alive with that attack break. And there you go. She boosts the speed there of the Zealot. I want him to take turns because I want him to get around to using his attack buff. So hopefully he'll do that now, and then it'll just make it easy for the rest of my team. And now my dragon should delete everyone. There you go. Yeah, it's just a very good kit overall for the dungeon runs. I'm really impressed with how it has been working, so I will continue to use it. And like I said, these aren't my fastest runs, but it just eliminates those fails that I was having on my other teams. It has failed once ever on me, and that was the first ever time I did it. But that was when she was about level, I think, 16 or 17. Her glyphs weren't upgraded at all, and she basically just got one shot in, I think, the middle stage. So that's what happened there. But ever since I got her to about level 30, and then I started leveling her in the Wrath Dungeon again, this team has never failed. And the big thing about this is, with the AI change, my Wind Ninja always attacks that Fire Knoll. And normally I'd be able to kill the boss before the Fire Knoll, before he does enough damage. But because of that AI change, I really need that attack break to allow my monsters to survive a couple hits from the boss, because I'm attacking the boss second. And that's where she does it really well for my team. And now it's pretty much a guaranteed run now that the enemies are dead. The boss has attack break. She'll easily survive even though she had the defense break on her, and now it's just wait until my ninja chunks the boss to death. So like I said, she makes my runs very safe. Only a 2-star. The damage she does in the waves too when she crits, obviously like I said, she's got that low crit rate, but when she does crit, she does really good damage, and it's on AoE, only a 4-turn cooldown, and it's just fantastic for these runs. So that's the dungeon run. Now we'll go into the big test, which is the arena. So I want to test her damage against the Wind Samurai, who I tested last time to find out was stronger than my dragon for raw numbers. And so we're going to be looking at the damage she does against the Ice Knight here. I just want to see the Ice Knight because you're going to get bigger numbers against him. And we will armor break, try and freeze him so that he doesn't get his shield up. And here we go. Now we'll test this AoE from the Samurai, and the numbers we get are 22,319. So we'll write that down, and that's him. So we'll exit that and see what we can out of sync. Sorry for that out of sync. I don't know what happened there, but we'll get continue the testing, and here we go. We've got the Harpy in there, and once again we're going to be looking at that Ice Knight to see the damage numbers. So we got about, what was it, 22,319 with the Samurai. Let's see what we can get now with the Harpy. Here we go. Slow it down. Hopefully she crits. 20,121. So that's about 2,000 less than the Samurai. So it's about a 10% less damage than the Samurai. That's with only the attack buff. So next up, we will try with the speed buff on top of that. Okay, so it appears there's a bug in the game at the moment where if you quit a battle against your own defense when you're testing it, it'll give you the out of sync error. But we'll continue on, and now we'll test her with that Holy Sister in my team to see what sort of max damage she can do with the speed buff. Obviously, I know that this isn't a normal situation in my team anyway, that I have the speed buff and the attack buff, but it'll be interesting to see what sort of damage can be done nonetheless. So let's go with boosting her own. We get the speed buff, and now here we go. Let's see what sort of damage she can do against that Ice Knight. 23,665. So that was about 1,000 more damage than what the Samurai can put out. So it's very impressive that. So I think I'll try and kill him because I'm not going to be able to quit this match. But overall, that is fantastic damage from a natural 2-star monster. I'm very impressed with the way she's worked so far. There we go. There's another decent crit against him because he's a very high defense unit. So the overall farming, she's absolutely fantastic. I might test her early game farming on my alt account as well. But besides the farming, the dungeon runs, like I said, she makes my runs so safe using attackers. She has great damage in it as well. And she has that fantastic second skill for boosting attack bars of a single ally, but it's 90% boost, which is basically granting them an extra turn, reducing cooldowns, all helpful. The first attack with the attack break or great damage, no bad option there. And just all around a fantastic 2-star that I'm really happy that I found on the website so that I could see that multiplier and get the chance to build her. She is really enjoyable. Let me know if you guys like her. If anyone does test her early game, let me know how you find her in that early game stage. But once again, thanks for watching another video, guys, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.